On today's Fast Friday, a tip that'll show you exactly how to see your auto ISO value in real time. Well, hi everyone, and welcome to Pal to Tech. Today we're talking about my favorite auto ISO trick. If you set your ISO dial to automatic like this, your automatic ISO settings are controlled right here by one of these three options. I've got a whole video that covers auto ISO in particular, but let me show you something. Say you decide to set a fixed aperture on your lens, say f3.2. And you want to have a fixed shutter speed, say 1/60th of a second. Because you have your ISO dial set to automatic, the camera will continually adjust your ISO automatically. As you move your camera around to different levels of exposure, your camera will adjust the correct ISO to make sure that your scene is properly exposed. You can of course make adjustments to this using the exposure compensation dial. Here's the problem though. Have a look right here. You see where it says ISO 6400. Watch what happens when I turn the camera right here. This is a lot brighter, so it should be a lower ISO value, right? But it's not. It's still 6400 because that's not the actual real-time ISO value. Instead, that 6400, that goes back to this setting right here. In fact, watch. I'll change it to 12,800. Now have a look. There it is. No matter where I point my camera, no matter how bright or how dark my real-time scene is right here, it still just tells me 12,800. I want to see what the camera is actually going to use when I take the photo. So here is one way that you can see the actual ISO value your camera is going to use. Just go ahead and press halfway down on the shutter release button. As soon as you do that, the ISO value will change and it'll show you exactly the correct ISO the camera will use. Now, if you hold the shutter release button halfway down and keep it held down while you're moving the camera around the various different scenes, it has the effect of locking in the ISO value. You see that? Right now it's locked in at 125. As soon as I lift my finger up from the shutter release button, it goes back. So that is one way that you can see it. Half press down the shutter release button and it will show you the actual ISO value. But I don't know about you, I don't like to half press down the shutter button any more than I have to. For example, if you're in movie mode, right? And you're half pressing down the shutter release button, sometimes you press it a little bit too hard and the camera starts rolling and then things can get screwed up. So I don't think that's a great solution. I've got a better one. Here's how you do it. Press and hold down DISP back until you get the customize button menu right here. If you don't have a DISP button, you can also get to this menu by going into your little wrench, button dial setting, function setting, and you'll see the same thing. So for the purpose of this demo, I'll choose the right D-pad button as my custom button. Now, what you want to do is look for AE lock only. You see that? Go ahead and set your custom button to that. So now, whenever you want to see what your actual real-time ISO value is, press your custom button. Here we are again, and I'm now going to press the custom button and hold it down. Have a look at that. You see, there's the ISO value in real time. As soon as I take my finger off the custom button, it goes back to normal. But there is one little problem, and that has to do with older cameras, such as the X-T3 or the X-T4. Let me show you that issue and how to work around it. In this example, I'll be using an X-T2. Also, make sure that with these older cameras, you have the latest firmware update before you set this up. So same exact settings. I have a fixed value for my aperture, a fixed value for my shutter speed, and my ISO is in automatic. I've also set a custom button to AE lock, just like I did on the X-T5 a minute ago. And once again, I will half press the shutter release button. No problem here. There it is. That's my actual ISO value. Again, that works with half pressing the shutter release button. But what about the custom button? As soon as I go to press the custom button, however, look at this. Nothing's happening. I'm pressing and pressing and pressing, and it's not doing anything. It will not work with a custom button unless you do one other little thing. You already have your ISO in automatic, so either go ahead and put your shutter speed in automatic, or instead put your aperture in automatic like that. For this example, I'll go with my shutter speed being in automatic. So once again, back to the same scene. This time I'm going to press my custom button, and there we go. It fixed the problem. You see that? That is the only way I know to get a custom button to work on an older Fuji camera to show you ISO value in real time when you're using auto ISO. Well, that wraps up today's Fast Friday video. I gotta go. I am working on a really cool video I cannot wait to share with you. Well, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you found the video helpful, or at least entertaining. And if you did, be sure to give it the like and subscribe. I am gonna be signing off now. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you in a new video next week. Take care.